So sorry I wasn't recording, but we drifted this little jerkbait right along that log, and we let it get all the way into the little bubbles down there. And just as I started to retrieve it, I thought it was snagged, but it was that 19-20-inch rainbow trout, which we had to get down in there and pull out of the brush pile. But woo, that was exciting. Oh, baby. Good morning, folks. We are at a small stream in Colombia County, which is pretty far from home. We're going to work our way upstream, but this looked like there might be a little pool down here. As you can probably hear, we're under a bridge. So we'll give it a shot here, and then we'll work our way upstream. We got this little tiny orange spinner on. This particular body of water says a combination of stocked and native brook brown and rainbow trout. So we'll see what we can get. Gosh, it's like every 100 yards is a repeat of the previous 100 yards. Very flat rocks in there. I've never seen anything like that before. And a lot of really large crayfish, which means if we could find any kind of depth, we might find a really big trout, because that really big trout should be eating all these really big crayfish I see. Or maybe the crayfish got really big because there's no trout eating them. I hope you can see the size of that crayfish right there. I mean, that's like edible. Look at that guy. Come here, you. That thing is huge. Come here, come here. Missed him. There he is. Look at the size of this guy. We ought to put a hook on him and take him to a lake. Catch some bass. Good Lord. All right, folks, after a lengthy car ride, we have made it to Sullivan County, Pennsylvania. This small creek was recommended to me a year ago or more. Of course, it's the wrong time of day, but I always say that. We're going to give this a little bit of a shot upstream, and if it doesn't look promising, we are going to turn around and go way downstream where it's a much bigger creek. I fished it late last year or the year before and did pretty good. We've switched to the 4-pound ultralight. I am glad that I had the 6-pound test on when we landed that giant rainbow trout, because I don't think I could have muscled him out of where I got him with the 4-pound setup, but we'll never know. That's okay. We're on a different body of water in a whole different county after stopping to get a Pepsi and a slice of pizza. So we are refreshed and ready to go, minus the fact we may need a short nap. This does not look too promising, especially in the wide open sunlight here, but let's see if we can find some cover and some depth. Well, we're not going to give up here. I got snagged over here on this rock, and there's a trout sitting right in there. He ran downstream, I cast it downstream, he ran back up there. So let's not dismiss this too quickly. And we may have to cast all these little tiny riffles and stuff, as long as there's some depth and cover to them. Coming up on one of the few potentially fishy looking places here. Oh, that thing was nailed hard. Oh goodness, we have our cheap imitation Panther Martin on. Come on, he's right on it. Look at them all. Oh my. There's like at least 3 trout swarming that thing. Oh. So we are in the same creek that we just left. Well, when I say just left, 20 minutes, a half hour ago. And obviously it's getting a little bit bigger. So hopefully we can find some quote-unquote holes or runs that might be more than ankle deep and might have a couple trout in them. It did just sprinkle. See, I thought from way back there, I thought that was going to be nice. That's 6 inches deep. So we'll just keep looking. I think there's a road over there on the left. So that might take me back to where my car was. But this is not incredible, difficult walking that you often see me doing in my other videos. What you see on the ground right here is generally the size of the rocks in the creek. So if we can't find anything soon or start seeing some fish, we'll get back in the car and drive further south. This is obviously, well, I say it's obviously a hole, but then you get up here and the whole thing's like 6 inches deep. So let's not say obviously. And we are walking downstream, so pretty much walking right into the fish, and they're looking at me going, "There's this big jackass, he thinks he's fooling us with that camouflage. I don't think so." So like we did when we caught the giant rainbow earlier today, we're gonna let that float till we think it's right up against those branches in the water, and then start retrieving it so that the big fish that's under the branches in the water doesn't think. It's close. It's not quite up to him though. Let me let a little bit more line out. It is floating over there. I can see it. Oh, something just bit at it in the water. Something nipped at it as it was floating towards the branches. Okay. We have a path. Paths are usually good until they run you into a brick wall and you have no idea where you're going. But so far, please take me to a stream and not just be an animal path. I have been in this particular part of this stream, and I don't know, a year, 2 years ago? Not really sure. But if memory serves me correctly, there is some pretty deep runs right before I got out here. I parked where I got out last time, and I probably had at least 1.5 miles back to my car. And hopefully that is not the case today. All right, it's all coming back to me. That's pretty deep and filled with fish. And at least it was a couple of years ago. And I caught a fish right over there. But golly gee, this water seems really low compared to the last time I was here. But while we're here, come here, buddy. Let's see what we can snag. I think I caught one right at the base of that tree. And it was my last fish of the day. It's funny how I can't remember to pick up the milk when my wife asked me to on the way home, but I can remember where I caught a fish when I was at this creek 2 years ago. Well, you know, got to remember the important things. It's a little bit deep over there. I don't know what you are, but I got you. It looks like a widow bass. That must have been what was peppering me before. This is my second little bass of the day. And it's a fighter too. Good Lord. Oh, come here, buddy. Well, you all got all kinds of hooked up here in my treble hooks, aren't you? Sorry about that. They are barbless, so we should be able to get you right out of here. Look at that. Okay, nice. I like the way those fish fight. Finally, some action. Where'd you go? I don't know. Finally, some action. Give me some more, baby. Oh, what did we get ourselves into here? Oh, we have enticed a rainbow trout. Excellent. And you're off. Oh, you're a pretty little guy, aren't you? Probably a holdover or a stalker. Let's see here. You got pretty good fins, buddy. Woo! See ya. We've been doing this for a little while. And I guess we needed to get down because I finally put on this sinking thing. And lo and behold, we caught ourselves a trout finally. Got a bass and a trout out of this stretch of this creek now.